Before I start this segment, after my chatter on the last video, I just suggest to parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and so forth, if you take a picture of your child from birth on and you post it on the internet, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, YouTube, make it private so it's only for your family and trusted people within your family. If you make any of your photos of your children dressed, half-dressed, or naked, pedophiles and people interested in looking at children will take your photo and make a collection of it. It's just a warning. Be vigilant when it comes to your children. Make their photos private.
Year-old cheerleader.
I don't know where my daughter is.
Never seen again.
We have several people of interest.
What do we know?
I would like to say that I don't care what people think of me.
I just hope she makes it home safe and sound.
Only named suspect in this case.
I started being told he's just a hurdle we can't get around.
It's been interpreted that you are concerned the boyfriend had something to do with Hailey's disappearance.
That bothers me a lot.
I would never do nothing to that little girl.
Sean, if you had nothing to hide, I really wish you would talk to the investigators.
I'm clueless.
This could happen to anybody, what's happening to me, and how would they feel if they're in my shoes?
But nobody is in Adkins' shoes, and nobody knows the truth of what happened to Hailey Dunn.
I'm Jean Casares of In Session in for Nancy Grace. We wanted Billy Dunn on the show tonight. We asked her to come on, and at first she said yes, and then she declined. And you know how many times she's been on this show, but she did tell us that she knows nothing about any child pornography on any computer or on any memory stick or flash drive or CD. She said she knows nothing of it. To Howard Oliver, joining us tonight, former medical director and forensic pathologist out of Los Angeles. You know, Hailey Dunn was a very young little girl. She was 13 years old. When a child goes for their routine pediatrician appointments, does a pediatrician ever check for sexual abuse of a child?
No, it's not something that's routinely checked unless the parent brings it up.
All right. And another question, you know, when Sean Adkins originally said that Hailey Dunn went missing on December 27th, that she went out without a coat. And it's been a cold winter in Texas. That just doesn't add up, right?
It doesn't add up at all. She has to keep warm some way. She had to have gone somewhere or been taken somewhere.
All right. To Dawn in Missouri. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Jane.
Thank you for calling.
Jane, I want to know if we got child pornography involved. Why hasn't he been arrested?
Yeah, good question. Joey Jackson, defense attorney. Is there some strategy here? Why hasn't someone been arrested?
I think so. I mean, look, we have to keep our eye on the prize. And if the prize is finding and detecting and seeing where Hailey is, then maybe they should exercise some restraint until they're absolutely sure. The other issue is it's being investigated by a grand jury. Let's see if there's a determination then, and ultimately the police will do what's just and what's right and what's appropriate.
You know, to Hugo Rodriguez, if there was just 108,000 images of child porn on the computer found at Sean Adkins' mother's house, which police are alleging to us tonight, then I would say anybody could go to that computer. You don't know who's in that house, who lives there, who goes in and out. But I'm concerned about the flash drive, this little piece right here, that was found in the dresser drawer of Billy Dunn.
Not only that, that means it's portable, it's taken, it's brought in and brought out, it's put into other computers and watched at other places. What they're doing now is doing some other analysis to see if they can peg the time and place of these, when the images were placed on each different computer or stick, or how it was generated from the internet, to see if they can put people in certain places to see if they can determine actually who it was. Some of these things might have been purchased. They might have been exchanged with other individuals and things. He or she might have exchanged things. So that's what they're doing now. They'll present it to the grand jury. Each of them knew that these things had been taken. So it's not new to them. So I think that it is better to be patient, but I think someone soon will be arrested, if not on child endearment, but on the possession of those items.
And this could be a huge investigation. You are so right. To Laura in Michigan. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Jean. I have a comment about Sean Atkinson.
it really bothered me from the very beginning when they talked to him, these 3 words, that little girl. Because where have we heard that before? We've heard it from Casey Anthony and also from Misty Crosland.
Very, very interesting. You realize, Laura, in Michigan, that he took, quote unquote, 3 polygraphs. The first 2 he walked out. The third, deception was indicated on the whereabouts of Hailey Dunn. But saying that, Billy Dunn, 2 polygraphs. The first one she didn't take because she had narcotics in her. The second one she did take. Deception was indicated on helping or knowing the whereabouts of Hailey Dunn. A little confusing in all of that. DePaul Penzone, former sergeant from the Phoenix Police Department, joining us tonight. What are your thoughts about this flash drive in the dresser drawer? I mean, that just makes it even more serious because it's within the home where Hailey Dunn lived.
I want to take it back a step with you, Gene. Do you remember early on, some confusing cases that we covered a lot, we talked about how Billy and Sean had a drug-related issue and she was not being forthright. I talked about it at the time. I said, if she's not being forthright about every detail, I'm concerned. There's only one victim here. Okay, that's the little girl. Everyone else, I have cause for concern. If she's in a relationship with somebody, I'm not saying that she could have been immune to knowing what he was doing, but I think that they had common interests. So that flash drive, what went on with it, and the deception from both polygraphs tell me a lot about both these individuals. I don't know who's responsible, but there's a lot of deception, and a mom should come forthright with every single detail, no matter how it makes her look personally. That's bothering me considerably since the beginning of this case.
And to Paul Benzone, it also is a fact that on December 27th, when she went missing after mother called the police, they went to the ATM to get money for, police say, illicit drugs. And now to tonight's CNN Heroes.